Welcome to Evolution in Controls. I'm your host, Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. It seems that artificial intelligence is the topic that we just can't escape. Chat GPT, Gemini, Grok, Meta AI, or OpenAI, Google, XAI, or Meta Facebook. The apps and their creators are in the news daily or more, and not always for the right reasons. New companies are entering the space every week, either applying AI to some new function or creating some new AI model. But here on Evolution in Controls, we are always looking for new companies, new technologies, or new trends in automation. AI certainly qualifies as new technology, but how does it fit into automation? What is the intersection between AI and actually doing work? How does an AI model really apply to the performance of a task or tasks on a production line? There are certainly tasks in the production cycle that can be offloaded successfully to AI, where it performs better, faster, or more efficiently than people do. But how deep does that really go? How extensive are those tasks? Are they simply a pass-fail and direct product flow to the right or to the left? Or can the decision-making be much more complicated than simple picture matching and opening a door? Is it possible for AI to perform sophisticated calculations based upon complex image processing and then orchestrate coordinated motions across multiple platforms? Well, today on Evolution in Controls, we have the first episode of a three-part series where we look at the physical realization of the answers to these questions. As guests today, we are joined by the founders of a new startup company that is poised to successfully launch their first product that embodies this idea. AlphaOne Robotics was launched last year, and we are joined today by the father and son team that are two of the four co-founders of the company. Tim and Alex Criswell, thanks for joining us today.
Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Well, let's introduce ourselves to the audience. Tim, you want to go first?
I'm Tim Criswell, CEO of AlphaOne Robotics. My background is 35 years in automation. First 5 years, I did it in research and development. And then I formed my own company and ran that for 17 years. We were acquired in 2009, and I entered into 13 years of corporate technical leadership. And then we saw the opportunity with the new technology, so we started up AlphaOne last year.
Awesome. Alex?
So I'm Alex Criswell. I am the head of hardware development here at AlphaOne. My background is in mechanical engineering, and I've also got a bunch of experience, about 15 years in warehouse automation and robotics. So did some research and development and robotics integration. Worked alongside Tim for many of those years as well. So we have a long history.
So did you work with him for 15 years?
For the better part of that, yes.
Well,
Sometimes
congratulations. I made it 2 years in the family engineering business, and then I left.
understandable. But yeah, we have a lot of history, work well together. So happy to be working together again on AlphaOne.
Well, great. Well, I want to learn about the company, but let's start with the market. This company's focused on an industry. It's what industry? Tell us a little bit about that market.
Yeah, so we talked about its logistics, automation, supply chain. So really everything within the distribution life cycle. So from receiving through storage, through outbound. So that's really the industry. And we're doing that across really all market segments. Again, we're focusing on receiving automation, and that can encompass import centers, it can encompass retail distribution, as well as parcel.
So it's a new company. You started it last year.
Yeah.
Why take the risks of startup? I'm assuming, Alex, this is your first time for starting a company?
Yeah, first time being involved in founding. And for me, it's just been a really great opportunity to advance into more of a leadership role and to have more, more input on the sort of product development and higher level business strategy, which is really something I was looking forward to. And
Did the risk of a startup, did that give you pause for consideration, or did you jump in with both feet?
a little bit of both. There was certainly some initial hesitation, but once I made the decision, I've been committed, and yeah, it's been a good experience. So I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome. This is not your first rodeo.
No, yeah. So startups for me come naturally, I guess. So, starting my first company on my 30th birthday years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, it never seems like a risk when you can bet on yourself.
I like it. I like it. So tell me about the company. You've got a product. What kind of technology are you bringing to bear, and why start the company? What is it that you see as the need or the opportunity that you guys are trying to address?
Yeah, so we've, I guess, done all kinds of automation projects, but really, people say that being able to robotically unload trailers and containers is sort of the holy grail of automation. It's very complicated. It's very dynamic. But with the evolution of the AI tools and some of the advanced mechanical design that we've been working on, we felt like that we could actually accomplish the requirements of the industry.
So the idea is not a new idea. It's been around. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's definitely been a market that's had a lot of attention and there's a lot of demand, and that stems from, like Tim mentioned, a very challenging application
Mhm.
for both people and for
For
automation.
the technology, for the equipment.
For sure. Yep.
Is it really just that an idea or a problem that we're now able to solve because of the advancements of technology? Is that what I hear you saying?
Yeah, we've been working on this particular problem for 12 to 15 years,
Wow.
and we were able to solve it, but it was very complicated, and it was a lot of development time. And so when we started AlphaOne, we sort of took a step back and said, well, how would we approach it now differently? And really the advances of machine learning made that some of the challenging problems much easier. We were able to uh, get to a place where the vision system could provide information to the rest of the system in a way that was fast enough and easy enough to develop.
And 20 years ago, we had knowledge-based systems involved in design and all kinds of stuff, but it wasn't especially fast. When you talked about machine learning, you're talking about artificial intelligence, like I mentioned in the monologue. Have the developments in machine learning and artificial intelligence, has that made possible the things that you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, it's certainly an enabling technology that allows a much greater performance than what it may have been 10 to 20 years ago. And that's both on the development of these machine learning models and also the compute surrounding that and the
Yeah.
ability to
The
process
processing, yeah.
those AI models in a timely manner. That's been a challenge. So yeah, definitely the growth in that industry has been an enabling factor for us to deploy computer vision effectively in this application.
I was just getting ready to ask, what about the vision side of it? We know the advancements that we've seen over the last, let's say, decade in artificial intelligence, in the models and in the processing, the capability. What about on the vision side? Are you doing something new on the vision side, or is there some new technology that maybe didn't exist sufficiently to solve this problem?
Yeah, it's been in development for a while, but it's really sort of come to a time where it can be deployed effectively,
It's
right?
matured enough that
Matured enough that it can look at a scene and distinguish individual products in real time, right? So we're looking at the scene, we're making decisions in real time. You can't analyze it for an hour like
yeah,
your chat GPT, right?
right. So the machine that you've built, it does what specifically? And it unloads a trailer? Is that what it does?
Right. So it's a mobile platform, drives into a trailer, identifies the product in the trailer, and then we have a unique process that others have taken. So in even when we did it 12 years ago, this was kind of our approach, was to find the boxes in the scene, fully grasp, move the product to a conveyor, and sort of move those one at a time. Well, our approach is now to integrate a mobile base, a robot, an articulating conveyor, where now our process isn't picking and placing, it's grasping and pulling that product onto the conveyor. And that allows us to handle a much wider variety of products at a much higher rate.
What's the benefit that your customers are going to see, or the benefit that the marketplace will see, this particular segment, as they look at your machine versus the other solutions out there? Is it faster? Is it smaller? Is it better? Is it more? What do they see? What do you think? What did you designed it? What are they going to see?
Yeah, so it's really all of those things that you're saying.
Okay.
It's going to be faster than manual operations and faster than the other options on the market, which there's sort of a broad availability of different technologies, from semi-automated and sort of ergonomic assist to more automated robotic systems that Tim alluded to. So yeah, we really think our solution is going to provide advances across all of the key performance metrics, which is throughput, sort of product variety, being applicable to a wide product mix and different loading conditions, and also just economically viable. So that was another important metric of ours, is to make sure we design something that makes sense within the market and that provides a good return for our customers. So you have to strike the right balance of providing enough features, but not over engineering to where it prices itself out of the market. So we think we've really found the right balance of those metrics.
I'm glad you used the word return, because I was just sitting here thinking, Tim, I want to ask you, your customer, that the man that buys it, or maybe the man that evaluates what he's purchased,
Right.
what's his return look like? Is it reduced fixed operating costs? Is it increased throughput? What return is this guy going to see?
Right. So most of the time when you talk about automation, you focus on labor savings, right? You're getting the human operator out, move them to a more productive job, right?
Not eliminating the job, just freeing him up to do something else.
Do something else, right? So that's one aspect of it. But there are a number of other ones. Unloading a trailer, moving tens of thousands of pounds of product every day can be hard on
It's that much?
It's that much. Wow. So because it's a difficult job, the turnover is very high. So there's the cost of recruitment, retraining, all of those costs. Again, because it's a difficult job and can be hard on a body, there's the disabilities or the insurance, the
Injuries.
injuries that come with a difficult job.
I couldn't do the job.
Right.
At my age, I
Yeah.
forget it.
And we've done automation for a long time, and you hear these stories of people that are doing these physical work. They get into their 40s and they're like, I have to find another job. I can't do this. When we've implemented automation, we've had people come to us and said, well, thank you, because now I can retire in this job because I'm tending the robot. I'm not moving the product.
Yeah, I like it. So it's not just a financial return, it's a human capital return that they're getting.
Yep.
So go ahead.
I was just going to also say, like, that human side of it also translates into a financial return, because they're saving on those injury claims and that retraining and the recruiting. And so it's sort of a win-win around the board, like across the board.
Right.
Yeah. It's really helping people transition into better roles, but also providing a benefit to the company. So it's a win-win.
So as these customers look at buying this machine and they make their acquisition, what does success look like for AlphaOne Robotics?
I'll let Tim take that one.
Well, like we said, being able to implement automation and get people out of these jobs that are hard on them, that's some level of success. But beyond that, what we're looking to do is really take this technology and apply it across the supply chain. So today we're starting in receiving automation. Tomorrow we'll look at storage options, and then all the way through the outbound and loading. And that way, across the whole supply chain, you're implementing automation.
Success is a whole family of products, not just this one and
Right.
selling 20, 10, or 50 of these products. It's a whole automation solution.
Right. Across the board.
All right. Well, as I said in my monologue, this is the first episode of a 3-part series. So I'm hoping that we can get together again soon because I want to talk about the technology. I want to talk about the design process, the collaboration that existed that helped you get to the point where we're at. But if I'm going to be honest, I really want to see the machine.
Sure.
Would we be able to see the machine for that next episode?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, listen, thank you very much. We're out of time for this episode, but we'll get back together again soon. All right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for episode 1 in our 3-part series on AlphaOne Robotics and the technology they are bringing to bear on the logistics market. To learn more about AlphaOne Robotics, visit alphaonerobotics.com. To learn more about Evolution Motion Solutions, visit evolutionmotion.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Evolution in Controls and to look for episode 2 in our 3-part series on AlphaOne Robotics on whatever platform you use for podcasts or on YouTube for a video version so you can be updated when we release new episodes. Thank you again for joining us today. I'm Tim Wilson, and remember, keep moving.